Sometime in the early 90s, Etnies Footwear made a giant push to get their brand out to a lot of the pro skateboarders or skateboarders in the industry. Don Brown was a huge part of that, just giving shoes out to anybody who would be in need of a pair or didn't have their own sponsors or anything like that. So before Soltech really took off, it was pretty much just Etnies Footwear, and they had shifted from a company in France to being sole ownership by Pierre Andre when he moved it over to America. And one of the more iconic early to mid 90s shoe design that they had model was the Lo Cut. The Lo Cut was kind of designed out of an evolution in skateboarding where skaters were calling for less high tops, less mid tops. They wanted more low tops. Flip tricks were becoming more prominent, and skateboarding was becoming a little bit more technical, more street, and it called for a little bit more ankle mobility. And you know, if anybody knows skateboarding, trends come and go. So maybe like the low top shoe was the beginning of like a 90s trend. With this particular shoe, you would see this in Transworld, Thrasher, 411. You saw this particular sole on this shoe everywhere. It's iconic. It is skateboarding heritage. And Etnies did use this sole a lot, but it sticks out a little bit more with this particular shoe. So we have the Lo Cut. And I did lace them up. There's already a colorway that I was skating. So the sole, this design right here, these triangles, the way it says Etnies crooked here, this little design on the toe. If you thumb through, like I said, any early to mid 90s skateboarding articles of any kind, video, publication, you'll see a bunch of iconic skaters and just skaters in general using this particular shoe. So I figured it's just something that I had to give a try and take a break from skating S shoes to go to its parent company, Etnies. And when I was told that these Etnies classics that they were rolling out, like the Scam, the Lo Cut, the Sal 23s, the Loot, were coming out proper from a very reliable source, this was one of the shoes that I absolutely had to try. And to my surprise, it's insanely how well this shoe fits my foot, how it looks on your feet, how well it skates, more importantly. This sole here, not only is it insanely iconic, but it is also super functional. I've never been a big advocate for or proponent for board feel. Like I feel like it really doesn't matter all that much. If you know where to put your feet on the board, then you know how to do the tricks. I don't need to feel where the hardware is underneath my feet. I don't need to know how many grains of grip tape I have under my feet. So board feel isn't important. But with that said, this shoe has an insane amount of board feel, just like the Scam in the review that I had earlier. This shoe's even better than the Scam. I would put this as like a 1A, 1B type thing with the Excel 95. It's that good. I would almost say that this is a must-have, a must-try shoe. just like the XL95, once in your life, you need to try one of these. I don't know. I can't really compliment it enough. There's a lot of colorways I'd like to skate now because I like the shoe that much. Like the other Etnies shoes that I'm skating, they are a half size down for me. They aren't the puffiest thing ever, but I don't need an insanely puffy shoe. I just want the shoe to be right, and I want it to fit. So half size down for this. It's an insanely good looking shoe. More importantly, it fits insanely well. If you buy it in the right size, people gotta stop buying one size and saying that the shoe is just garbage. Find the right size. I love this. I don't even know. I doubt it's real leather, but whatever material that this is made out of, I absolutely love this, particularly more with this shoe because of the way this comes up right here and the way that this is pinched in a little bit, just like that. It definitely kind of snugs your Achilles the right way. This rolls over the ball. You can see right inside there. It rolls over the ball of your heel and just keeps your foot insanely glued in. I do have a wide foot with high arches, so this particular toe box, even though it seems like it does have like a decent little point to it, it is pretty wide from the balls of your feet type of like fitting, but it does hug the toe very well. The tongue has the right amount of thickness to it, nothing insane, nothing too thin like the Scam almost, but by design that's, you know, just the way that they're supposed to be. This shoe does have tongue centering straps, so it does lock your foot down even better for an insanely good fit. I love the fact that they used, with this drop of white blue, white black, and black white, the first three colorways that they did, how it's leather on the most of the shoe, but they still kept the toe suede, and all of the shoes get the liner just like this. Insane fit, insane flick, insane function, and insane board feel. I can't compliment this shoe enough. It's nearly perfect. If it matters to you, two downfalls I would say is, and it doesn't really matter to me, this is how the shoe's just gonna come. This insole, I mean, it does have a little bit of pliability, a little decent amount of squish, but it's really just a stock insole. If you don't like it, upgrade it. I prefer not to upgrade them. I will also say this is the colorway right here that I'm skating actively right now, the black white. You are going to get a little bit of blowout here on the triple stitch. I don't like to shoe glue or super glue or skatecrete my shoes. I skate so many different pairs that if they're gonna blow out in a certain way, I just let them, and I'm not gonna complain about it. With that being said, this is probably a shoe that you wanna sneakercrete or protect this particular area right here, and if you feel like it, up here. Yes, it does look a lot like a Samba, but you also have to remember when this shoe, this particular model, this company came out, it was made by skateboarders for skateboarders, and if people wanted to skate a Samba, they did, but this was before Adidas skateboarding, so you weren't going to get the triple stitched Samba, like it was, double stitched here and single stitched here, and I'm sure the sole was a lot thinner, so you were just going to blow them out even faster. These were designed to be skated. With that being said, there's a lot of parodies between certain shoe models when it comes to skateboarding. This just happens to be a mark of the time. Would I prefer to skate these over Sambas? Absolutely, because I would rather support Etnies over Adidas. That's just my choice. Obviously, you can see from here, it's not a perfect shoe, but protect that area preemptively and you're not going to have any problems. I can't compliment this shoe enough. Again, it's a highly would recommend, must try, must skate them at least once in the time you're going to be skateboarding. That's pretty much it. That's all I got for this. It's you're perfect. So give them a try.